Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elle, and today I'm going to be doing a summer romance recommendation video for you. So, I'm so excited for summer. I have some really fun plans for summer. I'm going to be in New England for a month, and I'm very excited to read. I'm going to be staying at my family lake house, and so we have a lake house up in the Adirondacks of New York. So I'm really excited to just chill on the beach and read and just have a fun summer and relax because it's just been so busy lately. But I just wanted to give some of my favorite summer reads for you. If you're going on a trip or not, just want to have a fun read that makes you feel like summer, these books are definitely for you. So let's get right into this video. The first book slash series I want to mention is the Addicted series by Kristen Becca Ritchie. So I wanted to include this one because this series follows around this group of 6 people, and they go on all these crazy fun adventures. It's very addicting. It's very bingeable. I remember reading these books in like a day or 2 days because they're kind of long, but I just remember loving it and binging them and having so much fun. So the first book is about Lily and Lo, and they're all very like drama filled kind of and very angsty. So Lily and Lo have been best friends for forever, and they're in a fake relationship because Lily, they both are addicts, and this is their only way of being able to like hide it from their parents. But then something changes and they start kind of like developing feelings for each other and wanting to see if this could be a real relationship. And then the rest of the books in this series follows Lily's 2 sisters, Rose and Daisy. And Daisy and Reich story, they are like a forbidden age gap romance, kind of. He's like 4 years older than her, and they go on like lots of crazy fun adventures, and it's just very fun. They're all very like high elites, like their family is very wealthy, and so they go on all these like trips, and it's kind of fun. I really liked it. It's very addicting, very bingeable, and I just really enjoy this series. So the next book I have is Close Quarters by Kandi Steiner. So this is definitely my favorite book on this list for summer romances. This one, our heroine, she is traveling around Europe, but she is dropping her boyfriend off at this yacht because he's going to be working on a yacht for the summer, and he'll be like touring around the Mediterranean Sea. And so when she goes with him to like say goodbye, she sees the owner of the yacht, and he is like, well, why don't you just stay on the yacht? You can take a couple pictures for me, because she's a photographer, and she's trying to get all these photos for her portfolio. And so she's like, okay. And so she starts hanging out more and more with the owner of the yacht, and he is a billionaire. He's older than her, very mysterious, and he wants her very badly, and it is so good. It is a forbidden taboo romance, kind of age gap billionaire romance. They travel around the whole Mediterranean Sea, so they go to like Italy, Greece, all these fun places. It's very picturesque, and it makes you feel like you are traveling around the Mediterranean, and I just like love it. I have Keep Her Safe by QB Tyler. This one is a new release from QB Tyler. It is a taboo bodyguard romance. So our hero and heroine, he's been working for her since she was 18 years old, and he, I think, is like 35 at the time, maybe. And so now it's 5 years later, and they've always had this like tension and chemistry, and now she's finally out of a relationship, and she makes her feelings known to him. And so they kind of start a relationship, but he's like, I can't do that with you. Like, I'm your bodyguard. I have to protect you. She's an actress and a model, and then there's some like suspense in this one because she has like a stalker. So I really love this one. It's super spicy, very addicting. You do not want to put it down because you want to know what's going to happen with her, and I just really love this one. I have the Wallflower series by Lisa Kleypas. This one is such a fun romance series. Each book kind of like revolves around like a different season, but the first book is spring. But it's just like a fun series, and I loved reading. It's like about this group of girls they coin themselves the Wallflowers. They're all wallflowers. If you don't know what that means, it is in like high society, the people who never like go on dances and who are very introverted, and so they make this pact in the first book that they would all help each other find husbands. And so the first book is our heroine meets the hero, and she's like instantly kind of infatuated with him, and they go on this like trip. and she starts seeing him more and more again, and it's very like kind of like taboo because she's like, he's kind of a scoundrel, and it's really good. It's really good. I really like this series. My favorite book is the second book. It's really fun, but they're just like a fun, lighthearted historical romance series if you wanted to read a historical romance. I have Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. This one is such a fun romance. It is a small town romance, kind of. So our heroine basically is driving through this small town, and she accidentally like hits a raccoon, or something crazy happens, like it's like an animal. She like hits, I think it's a raccoon, and the hero basically like saves her, and it's like, you can stay with me for the night, I have like an inn, or like he rents out this house, and they end up like hooking up that night, and she thinks she's never gonna see him again, but then she goes on a girls trip with her friends, and they end up staying in like the house that he rents out. And so they reacquaint themselves, and they start up a romance, but she lives in like the city and he lives in this small town. She is a big shot doctor in the city, and she's like, I can't fall for this guy, like I have my life here, but I love my life with him. It's really good. It's super cute with the small town aspects, just all these like quirky fun things you would have in a small town romance, and I just really like this one. And it is reverse age gap. She's a little bit older than him, and I just really enjoyed this one. I have Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. This series is so addicting, and I feel like the perfect summer read. So if you like angst, you would love this book series. If you don't like angst, I probably wouldn't recommend this to you because you would probably hate it. But this series, or the first book revolves around BJ and Magnolia, and they were in a relationship before, but BJ cheated on her, and so Magnolia like kind of hates him but still loves him. And so she will serial date all of these guys to get back at him, and he will sleep with all these women to get back at her. And so it's their romance, and it's pretty crazy, very angsty. Lots of drama happens in these books, and it's in like high society of like not like high society like a historical romance, but like the elite society of England, and so it's very fun and very luxurious. I really liked it, and I'm excited to continue on with this series. The next series is the Tattered and Torn series by Catherine Cowles. This series is so much fun. If you want to read and binge a small town romance series, I highly recommend this one. So the first book is a hate to love romance. The heroine, when she's younger, her dad is like kind of, he's very strict on her and her brother, and he is like, we don't do anything with the outside world, so her family is very like secluded in the mountains where they live, and her father is kind of like crazy, and so he basically kidnaps this girl, and so she goes and tells the police that he kidnapped this little girl, and so now it's years later, and the town still like views her as like an outsider because of her family and what her dad did, but she was the one who like saved the girl and like was the one who went out and was like, this is happening. So now she's back in town, and she's living at the same property as when she lived there before, and the hero is a sheriff, I think he is the sheriff, and he really does not like her at first because he really blames her for what happened to the girl, because the girl is his younger sister, and so there's that angst there, but then she also has some like threatening things start happening to her, so he has to protect her, and they start like falling for each other, and it's really good. The series gets better and better after each book. Seriously, it is so good. And the last book I want to mention is Bittersweet Heart by Helena Hunting. This book is so much fun. It is a student-teacher romance, and so our hero and heroine meet when the heroine is like lounging on this like pool floaty on a lake, and she falls asleep, and so the hero's like, hey, are you okay? Like, what are you doing? And she's like, oh my gosh, like, I didn't even know I fell asleep. And so that kind of starts this fling that they have for the summer with each other. And once the summer's up, he is going back to college to finish his senior year, and that's when he sees her and realizes that she is his new professor. And so at first she really does not like him because she's like, I don't want to do this, like I'm very professional, like I can't do this with you. But then they start hanging out more and more and start having a relationship, and it's really good. It's also a reverse age gap. She's a little bit older than her. It's taboo. He is also a hockey player, so there's some hockey romance in this one, and it's so fun. I really, really love this one. Right, well, that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed hearing me chat about some of my favorite summer romances, and I hope you guys pick some of these up because they're really, really good. The way I think about like a summer romance is something that's addictive, that I could like spend the whole day reading and not get bored of it, and something that is fun, that maybe is like tropical, I don't know. But I hope you are having a great day wherever you are, and I want to thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in my next one.